Okay, it's live on there. Checking restream. And it's live on there. Awesome. Okay. Or just share this. If you're there, please say hello. Is there anybody out there in YouTube land? Hi, Patsy Smith. Can you see and hear me okay? Should be the same as yesterday. Went live on Facebook as well. Should be on Facebook and on YouTube. That's pretty cool. Just check that. Yeah, very cool. I like that. I'll close that down. Add the broadcast. Very cool. Hi everybody, how you doing? Oh, I got a cup of tea. I talk about what I got coming up tomorrow, and a change of plan today because some new software was released. I'm going to talk about. Cheers, everybody. I'll have to let that cool down so I don't make too much noise. So yesterday, this is actually a really good lead-in that I wasn't expecting to happen, but it's all good news. So yesterday we had Jared on. We talked about hybrid rigs, using the Helix and the Synergy rig together, other ways to do things, rear lamps, Kempers, etc. That was a really good hangout. Thank you to Jared. Would love to do that again sometime. Check out his channel, subscribe. He's got some good stuff on there. Today I was going to do more on Band in the Box, but actually today Helix 2.90 dropped today, and that was announced at NAMM when I was there back in January. That was several months ago, and it sounded like a cool update, and it just came out. So I thought what I'd do today is just hang out casually and play through some of the new sounds on there, see what they sound like. Hey David, what's up, my friend? Did you get new presets on your HX floor? New presets? Oh, you mean are there new presets in the unit? That I don't know. I imagine there are, but I'm not really a huge fan of presets anyway. I'd rather make my own. Hey Jim. Welcome. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't. So I'm more interested, David, in like the new, there's some new distortion pedals, new drive pedals, and there's some meters now too to show you if you're clipping the output. I've got some thoughts on that. We'll get to that. You can also rearrange the looper, which is a big one for me. David is updating right now. Good. You can let me know what you think as we go. Tell me if I miss anything. You know, we've got to say, free stuff is always nice, right? I was just thinking today how far that product has come. This is the Helix here behind me. When this thing was released, I remember my friend Chris got one, and it didn't have snapshots. It had a very basic tuner that I didn't like at all. It didn't have half the effects or anything. So over the years, they've added the legacy effects. They've added new amps, new pedals, snapshot mode. They've added, I can't even think. They've added like, I mean, it's 3 times the product it was when it released, which is a nice thing. So there are some cool things in today's update, which I want to go over and discuss. And then also 2.9 means we're one step closer to 3.0. I don't want to sound ungrateful. These are free updates, and I appreciate them doing this for everybody. But, oh yeah, notice the t-shirt too. I appreciate the updates. I don't want to start saying, oh, when's 3.0 coming out? That's not fair. But 2.9 does mean we're one step closer to 3.0, and 3.0 by definition should be a huge update with lots of new stuff. So I think that's a good thing. Make sure I check the comments. Hope we get some Helix fans in here to discuss. We'll see. So let me go over to the pedal. Oh, actually, no, I'm going to take you to the web page, and I'm going to read through what the actual updates are. The first thing I'll say is it's very easy to update now. All you do is download the new HX Edit, connect your pedal. You know, if it's the Helix, the Stomp, the HX Effects, or the what did I miss? Helix LT. It doesn't matter. You just connect it, download HX Edit, and it will find the update, or you can check for update and it will update the unit. So you don't have to download the updater and the edit anymore. Just get the latest edit software, which I'm sure some people will appreciate. Okay, let me take you over to my desktop screen. Right. I'll just read through these. You might not be able to see them. This is HX 2.90, the always level presets by ear at stage volume with the rest of the band playing update. That's funny. We'll get to that later on, why they've called it that. So we have one amp model. It's the RevGen Purple. So the RevGen is actually a 4-channel amp. We already have the red channel. Now we have the purple channel. And in 3.0, I imagine we'll get the last 2 channels. We'll have 4 channels of 1 amp. But that's a whole new channel for us to have there. It's nice. I think that's more of a high gain amp. New cabs, the Fullerton and Grammatico. I'm pleased about this because I do like a 1x12, and these amps are pretty good. And now you've got the matching cab to go with them. I often use IRs, but impulse responses, but you know, I'll take the cabs. New effect models in 2.9. Okay, so these are the new effects. These are what interest me the most, I think. The Alpaca Rouge, inspired by the Way Huge Red Llama. I love the way they choose the names for these pedals. So the original pedal, if you want to look it up online, is the Way Huge Red Llama pedal. And it's the modded version. And they call it the Alpaca Rouge. That's their name for it. Hi, Jason. Hi, Germany. Hi, Moki. Hi, Dan. Watching on Facebook. Awesome. Oh, we got Wolverine here. I like Wolverine. Jason Carter. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, US. I think I met you on Jake Lizio's channel, perhaps. Thought it might have been here at Aaron's. You know, everyone is streaming right now, so we're all seeing each other in different streams, right? It's a nice thing. So we got that drive pedal, and I'm excited about that because I do like to use the drive pedals, especially in front of a clean amp at times. So I'm hoping that'll be a nice low gain drive pedal. Then we've got the Legendary drive. These are both mono or stereo. This is based on the Carvin Legacy drive, high gain channel. So this should be good for the distortion. I'm glad about that because I don't feel there's that many distortion pedals that I like in the Helix. So this is good. These 2 pedals here are making me excited. The Xenomorph Fuzz, inspired by the Subdecay Harmonic Antagonizer. I just started using fuzz pedals, so I'm not too excited about it, but I'll definitely try it out. The Rochester compressor, based on the Ashley CLX 52 and created in conjunction with Billy Sheehan. Okay, so that's probably a bass compressor. That's good though, because there's lots of bass effects in the Helix now. There's one modulation, the Pebble Phaser, based on the Electroharmonic Smallstone Phaser. That's nice. And there's a new split block, dynamic, original idea. This new split block type lets you dynamically route signals to path B depending on how hard you play. This is interesting. For example, you could roll your guitar's volume back a bit and partly play clean chords through a Grammatico on path A and roll it back up and go through a RevGen on path B. That's a nice idea. So if you turn your guitar volume down, it goes through a clean amp. If you turn your guitar volume up, it goes through the heavy amp. That is worth checking out. Now that's everything. So we don't get a ton of effects here, but I feel like the ones we've got are very, well, for me, they're very beneficial anyway. Oh, Prop Stop is here. Hello, I enjoyed your show on MeTV. Output meters, right. So here we go. I made a video on not clipping input blocks. Now the main reason I did this for myself was because the vintage delay pedal would clip when I used it. That's the main reason I made that video, and people like that video. But these indicators will tell you if you're clipping the pedal. I think it's a great idea. I think it's a kind of a pro feature, which is a nice thing. But I wonder how useful it will actually be in the real world. We're going to find out. Now, these are pretty cool because they also show you the gain meters on the dynamics, on the compressors and the gates. So you can see if they're actually working. That is a cool thing. And signal preset and clip indicators are on the input, the output, the send return, and the effects loop. So they're all over the place, and you'll see them. It's really nice. On the input block, it goes green or red, so you know straight away if it's a problem. And on the output block, it shows you the actual meter. Some more nice little things, improved IR referencing. So when you load up a patch now, it knows where the IR is by itself. That's great if you buy presets, things like that. Command sender, HX presets, lets you assign any preset to any stomp switch. That's a nice thing. That's nice. And you can also, good news, David, you can change the looper. You can make, well, you can't, I don't think you can make a 2-button looper, but you can certainly make a 3-button looper, which works like the 2-button looper would. But at least you could just have the record button now on the top layer and then go into the looper if you want to do other stuff or stop it. So I don't, from what I've seen so far, it's not quite how I expected it to work, but it's a good thing to have. There's some more little things here, how to jump through things quickly, through different categories, update from HX Edit. So this is a very nice housekeeping update. I like this. There's some also improvements in native, things like that, and other pedals too. But let's try it. Let's just try some of the pedals. I want to hear some of these pedals and see what they sound like. So I'll take this screen off. Okay, here is HX Edit. Let me just load it up so you can see it on the screen. HX Edit, there we go. Okay, so here's HX Edit. Now, Helix Floor 2.90. If you want to update, you click on that icon and it says check for updates. And it says the Helix Floor device is up to date with latest firmware. I'm glad they did that. I wish it was like that from the beginning, but it's there now. And that's a wonderful thing. Hey, Alec, how you doing? Alec, have you had a chance to install this yet? I'm just going to do a live initial thoughts on some of the new effects. Yes, my brother was on a show on Me TV. If you have cable and they have Me TV, he's talking about movie props. Very interesting. I enjoyed that. And I think the guy on there with Mark is a musician, from what I've heard from my other brother. I don't know if it's true or not. I need to ask Mark about that. So my brother now is famous. He's been on cable TV. Maybe he'll start a YouTube channel about movie props. Wolverine says, hello, Marcel, David, and Jim. What a great give this update is for the right price, eh? Yeah, well, it's free, isn't it? Is that what you mean? Has everyone installed this yet? I mean, you can tell me. I've only had a quick playthrough. Maybe I've missed things here. So you can tell me what's going on. Dynamic splitter. No, I haven't tried that, Alec. I'm not really one to use things like that, but maybe this will change my mind. I don't know. Yeah, it was very fast and easy to update the pedal, I must say. And I've only done the Helix Floor. I haven't done my other pedals yet. I've also got the Stomp and the effects. I haven't done them yet. I mean, I love the HX. I love the Helix Floor. I love Native as well. That also received the update. Native is amazing because you can run as many amps as your processor will handle. So you could have 4 unique amps with loads of effects and not run out of DSP. So let's get into this. I want to get into this now. I'll bring your chats up as we go. Yep, everyone go and download the update, and then you can follow along with me. Give me some tips. So this is what I have here. I want first of all, I want to talk you through this. I mentioned this in the video yesterday, and this is really cool. So what I have on the Helix is a mic input. It's my guitar pedal, right? But it's got a mic input, and the mic is going in here. Now on here, it doesn't actually show you the levels. That's fine though. But anyway, I have the input gate on. This was, again, I'll be completely honest, this is an idea I took from Defcon Clark, his channel. Nice guy, likes calamari. So basically, if I turn this off, listen carefully to your speakers right now. And I'll turn it on again. Did you hear all that ambient noise? Isn't that absolutely incredible? So that noise gate is helping me with the stream. That does mean I'm using half of my Helix for the stream, but that's okay. I can still use this other path here for my other things, my guitars and things. Then I have a compressor here. I want to know if Alec heard that. I'm so impressed with that. I have the compressor here to compress my voice a little bit. An EQ, which I can then EQ the voice if I need to. I've just got a high cut, so it's not quite as sizzly. Here's without it. Without EQ, with EQ. Doesn't do that much. The volume pedal will allow me to turn the volume down and the sound is completely muted on the voice only. So I just muted and unmuted it there. And then the reverb is here for special effects like this. Hi. So anyway, I don't need the reverb, but that is going into the mic input, and then it's coming out of the XLR. The Helix is providing phantom power, and everything here is set. That is controlling my microphone right now. I think that's really great. And if you want to get into live streaming and you have a Helix, you should consider using that for your stream, unless you have something else to do it with. It's very cool. Let me see what we're saying here. Marcel, hello. Just updated. The red llama is great. Sounds like an overdrive fuzz hybrid. From what I've heard so far, it just sounds like a nice kind of low gain drive pedal, and that's what I wanted. I want more low gain drive pedals and more good distortion pedals, and I think these ones are going to cover that. We'll see. The Rev Purple is great also. Yeah, I could also use that, right, with snapshots for my drive sounds. So that's my vocal chain there, and that's a single path by itself. Now the guitar here is coming in to the guitar. The input gate right now is on. I guess I'll leave it on for now. And this is completely clear running out the XLR. So if I play my guitar, let me just go over to myself because I want to make sure I can see myself as well. Here we go. All right, I'm going to play the guitar. Okay. So that actually is the guitar straight through the Helix. No effects. It's pretty cool. Okay, but let me add in fact, let me change, I don't need this to be a volume pedal. I'm going to change this to a volume block so I can just turn off the microphone. Otherwise you hear the sound of the strings while I'm playing, which is kind of annoying. Okay, let me just play my guitar again with the microphone muted. Okay, so that's the guitar straight through the Helix, so I know that it's working okay. All right, now what amp shall I put? I think I'm going to put something like the, I honestly have no idea. I'm making this up as I go along. I just want to have some fun with this new toy. Amp and cab. I'll do the amp and cab for today. I'll go to, let me switch back to the screen so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, I'm going to put the the Fullerton Bright, because they have a new cab for it, which is this 1x12 Fullerton. Okay, let's see what that sounds like when you plug it in. I'm just going to make sure it's not too loud. I don't want to clip the input for you guys. Yeah, it's pretty loud. I'm going to bring back the channel volume. Oh, hold on. Why is that not changing the volume of the amp? Am I doing something silly here? Okay, give me a second. Can someone tell me what I'm doing wrong? I've lost the plot now. I'm plugging the guitar into the Helix. I've got the HX edit open. This is the guitar going through. And then guitar is coming in here. And I'm adding, let me try a delay. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's the delay, so I turn that off. Let me put the amp back there again. That was weird. Alec, am I losing my mind? I don't know what just happened there. The controls were not working. That's unless I'm just missing something silly. Fullerton Bright. Here we go. That's definitely working. Now if I turn down the channel volume. Oh, there we go. Ah, did you see that? Was that me? Or was that a bug right there? I mean, I don't mind if it was a little bug, because the thing to remember is, A, it may have been my fault, and B, if it is a bug, remember 2.90 is a bit risky. You want to really wait for 2.91 because there will be some little bugs around. And if you ever have a gig, don't update to a 0 release. Always wait for the .1. But as we don't have gigs right now, I guess it's okay to do it. But I think... was that my fault, David? Did I bypass the block? Ah, okay. I take full responsibility then. Let me do that again. Did I do this last time? Maybe I hit the wrong button. Okay, I accept full responsibility for that. So here is the amp then. Anyway, it's working there, don't worry. Okay, now I want to bring that drive down. I want a clean amp, so I'm going to clean the sound up for this one. Let's see what this does. Okay. That's better. It's very bright, isn't it? I have to admit, I do like that, but it's very bright. Well, let's see what the mic is. It's a condenser. Let's try the ribbon. I actually like the condenser lately. It's a bit... The ribbon's a bit softer, I think. I like the percussiveness of the condenser. I'll put that back there. Okay, I will do a high cut. Let me know what you guys are doing for your high cuts lately. Perhaps I can steal some ideas. I've been using IRs, so I'm not sure how this is going to sound. It's pretty good. I just want to have some reverb so it's not so completely dry. Okay, I want to try these drive pedals. So I want a kind of a clean amp, I think. The reverbs are still in legacy. You kind of wish they were just all on one page, but that's okay. Okay. Nice, that's way too much. I think in 3.0 we're going to see favorites. So you can actually save the effects exactly how you want them. They always come up the same way. How does that sound to you guys? I think that's pretty good. Just bring the reverb down a touch more. Okay, so this is the Fullerton Bright with the new Fullerton cab. I like that. That is pretty bright, isn't it? But I don't mind that because I want this clean sound to be bright, so I'm okay with that. Let me just have some of my tea and we'll try these drive pedals. Jason Carter says, I have the Boss ME80 multi-effects. It's a lot of fun and not as pricey. Yeah, the Boss stuff is good, but the usability for me isn't quite there. Some of the sounds are good. You know, one of the best things you can buy, in my opinion, is the Boss Katana. If you want an all-in-one amp and effects package for under $500, those Boss Katana Mark IIs are absolutely incredible. They're really fun. They sound great. But if you want an effects board to use with a real amp, or you know, more effects blocks and things, and more versatility, like I'm using it for my mic right now, then the Helix is kind of the best one for that stuff. Okay, let me just bring that down a bit more. I think that's really bright. I'll use these controls here. Okay, and also, I'll mute the mic as well. Check this out. Okay. Yeah, I find the top end a bit kind of harsh. Not harsh, but kind of hard. Is that the right word? I like my York Audio IRs, but I'll stick with this one for now. Unless anyone's got any tips for me. Let me try these drive pedals. So, go to distortion. The first new one I see on the list is... Where is it? I can't see it. This is so small and everything's kind of... I wish these were more like HD. I have to squint. There's so many now. Legendary Drive, I'll do that one next. Where's the overdrive? Oh, here we go. I love the name of this one. Alpaca Rouge. So there we go. We've got 3 settings on this one. Drive, high cut, and level. So let me see what the level's like. It's pretty hot. I just don't want to clip the input on my mixer, so. I like that. It's kind of Do you agree with me? That's like a low gain drive pedal, which I think I really struggled with in the past on here. The last update, 2.8, had some good pedals, but this one is good too. I like that. It's a bit too bright for me, but I can do the high cut. So one thing I kind of wish is that in all the legacy drives, they have high, treble, middle, and bass for every single drive pedal. On here, they all differ. So obviously they're copying the real pedal, which is fine, but I do like when they have their own EQ options. Now I know you can just open an EQ block and do snapshots and assign different EQ to every pedal. I do that a lot and I love doing that. But I kind of wish every pedal, every effect also had a 3-band EQ, just for even more control. But that's just how my brain works. So I may be wrong about that, but that's something I would like. But I'll just use the, oh, that's the wrong one. I'll just use the high cut. So the high cut, if you turn it to the right, it gets brighter. I think the high cut would, as you turn it up, would increase the high cut and you get less highs. But no, it's not that case. Not the case at all. Bring it down. Okay, so you can do that to taste. So. Yeah, I like that quite a lot, I have to admit. Hey Chad, how you doing, my friend? Love your videos. Did they release another update, or was this from a long time ago? No, we're live right now with 2.90. Just came out this second. Go get it, my friend. We're having a party. Update your Helix device and join me to try out the new pedals. Because when you try it by yourself, it's no fun. You need to share the excitement with other people. And I'm open to ideas as well. Like I love the idea that Alec had with that new pedal that I wasn't even going to use, about splitting the signal. Perhaps I'll try that at the end. So what I have here now is I have my clean sound like this. Okay, and I have my new drive pedal, which is this. Yeah, I think I like this drive pedal quite a lot. What do you think? Well, the thing is, Jason, that the Helix has just gotten, like I said earlier, it's gotten so much better over the years. Bring your own Helix party. I love that. Yeah, tell everyone to come and join us. Can you imagine that? That's kind of geeky, right? Like a bottle of wine, a can of beer, and your Helix, and trying out the pedals for the first time. But no, in all seriousness, I do like this drive pedal, and I think there was some of the drives for me were a bit lacking, and I think this is a really good one. I do like, the basic scream for pushing amps and stuff, but this is a nice pedal to use in front of a clean amp. You don't like it, David? Really? I mean, I know it's hard to tell over the internet, but I want to give this disclaimer. I've been using a real amp, and I did try this earlier through the real amp, and I liked it quite a bit. I struggle with the in-ear thing. I'm wearing in-ears right now. I struggle a little bit. But you know what I mean? It's got that slight, I just love that crunchy, tight, slightly driven sound. I want like a really clean, a kind of slightly crunchy crunch, and then a real heavy kind of thrashy sound. Very percussive. I'm really happy with that. I mean, to each their own. Maybe you'll like the next one. It's ratty. Really? I mean, I guess the options are to change the high cut on the pedal, or to use a snapshot and change the amp tones for that particular sound. And also try a different amp. I mean, I'm using the Fullerton. They're all gonna react differently, aren't they? All right, let's turn that off. Go back to the clean one. Okay, well, don't worry. Let's try the next one. Let's see what we think of the next one. Distortion. Legendary drive. Okay, let me just set this one up on the level so it's not too loud. You don't really want to do this. You want to run these pretty heavy into the amps, but I don't want to freak out you guys when I play it hard. Okay, so straight away, so one problem I have with playing pedals into an amp is that if you set the amp up nice and bright and clean for your guitar, and then you put a pedal through it, the pedal sounds bright as well. And it can really be annoying when that sound is too bright and you've got no way to fix that because you turned the tone, the treble down to 0. I really struggle with that. And that's why EQs are cool. But that's one good thing about this system we're using today, the Helix, because you can actually add an EQ block and EQ each instance of the pedal completely differently, which I think, in the real world, that'd be really useful. But see what I said earlier about the multi-band EQ? This pedal actually has a bass, a middle, a treble, and a presence. And I wish that every pedal, every effect on this unit, every block had its own setting like that on every single thing, just so you can instantly just tweak it. I don't know. Like I said, you can use an EQ pedal on a snapshot, so it's not really necessary. But I appreciate when you got these controls on the screen because it's digital and you can have them, so why not? Now, straight away, this doesn't sound like an overdrive to me. This sounds like a distortion pedal, and I'm pretty excited about that. I don't like a lot of presence, so I'm going to turn that down. Also, the amp is fairly bright, so that will react in a bright way. I love it. I absolutely love this pedal. I'm not even running anything into it. It's just by itself. I love that. I really do. See, these are the sounds that I want. Again, I want a clean, and that amp, I think I need an IR on that amp. It sounds a little bit harsh, but I like that clean sound. I want that percussive drive sound, and I want that thrashy, because I do Green Day stuff, right? Now, a tip I took from Tone Wars, I have to give credit where it's due, is to run a distortion pedal into the distortion pedal. Because what it does is, if you have a weak output guitar, like my little Strat here, I must get an HSS one these days. I used to have one. Yeah, the Carvin Steve Vai, that's right. Yep, very cool. Let me put you on the screen. Good comment. So, a great tip, which I can't believe I didn't know this. And again, this is all because of Tone Wars. But you turn on this drive pedal, and then I'll play them to you. Check out the difference. So here's just a distortion pedal into an amp, okay? Okay, now here's a drive pedal into the drive pedal. So it just thickens it. Actually, I'm going to try a different one because I usually use a tube screamer for this. A tube screamer kind of tightens up the mids and drives the pedal. And what I'll do is, yeah, that was not a good example. Hang on. Distortion. Now, this is something I've noticed, and I need someone to tell me what my problem is here. Why am I running out of DSP already? Because, oh, I guess I need to do another line, right? Because I'm only using the mic input with 4 effects, and then 4 effects on this line. So can someone tell me how to use the other chip in this thing? Because I think I've used up a chip already. I guess this is all using one chip right now, but I know I can get 2 more lines to get more DSP. So maybe David can help me with that, or Alec. Jason says, I'm still tired from last night's stream. It was almost 1 a.m. here when it finished, but it was a good, cool stream. Jared's great. Yeah, Jared's really cool, and he knows his stuff, and he's a great musician. Yeah, Jason, watch his show Wednesdays and Sundays. I think the problem is it's later than mine, so it might be too late for you where you live, but you can always watch them again on demand, as we say. Yeah, he's got some cool stuff. I think he's going to cover this tomorrow night, actually. But yeah, I want to use a Scream 808, which I can do, but I'm running out of DSP here. So this is the trick. This is the actual tip. You turn the gain to 0. You turn the level to 10, and you turn the tone to around 5, or let's do 4.5. So what you're doing now is, this is basically a boost. It's boosting into the pedal. It's kind of making up for my low, my single coil pickups, but this also works well for humbuckers as well, because it just adds thickness. Well, let's see. The proof is in the pudding, as they say. This is without it. And this is with it. So it's very subtle. With it. It is, I need to mute the mic. It is very subtle, but it's there. I'm going to do it again with the mic muted. And you do feel it. It feels easier to play because it's a bigger sound. Here we go. It's very subtle. I don't know. Can you hear it? It's really, sometimes it's more obvious than others, depending on what you're playing into. I think the legendary drive is quite a good thick drive anyway, so it doesn't benefit as much, but it definitely doesn't take away from it. So whenever I use that patch, if I use Snapshot 3 for heavy, I'll definitely have those two on together, just so I get the biggest sound that I can. I've got a bit of reverb on there too. It sounds like this. Yeah, I like that sound. So this is good because even though I just got the 3-channel amp, a real 3-channel amp, and I like to use 3 amps at once, and one of my complaints with the Helix is you can't really use 3 amps because it eats all the DSP, you know, I think this is a good option. These new drive pedals are really cool. So these 3 here and this amp, I can kind of cover everything. I would use an IR instead of that built-in cab, but with that I could cover anything for what I do. Maybe not, it might not suit what you do. Let's see what you guys are saying. David said his sounds way fuzzier than mine. I don't know why that is. I mean, I'll recreate, or what guitar are you using and what amp are you playing into on the Helix? Because I'll try and recreate it here. Jason, yes, Jason. Oh, by the way, tomorrow I have acoustic guitarist Doug Young. Let me come back on the screen. This is all very weird. I'm not on the screen today. So tomorrow I have Doug Young. Now, Doug Young is someone I've watched all my life. He's worked over the years for Acoustic Guitar Magazine and reviewed different acoustic guitar pickups and amps and pedals on their channel on YouTube. And I've always watched him. He's always in the forums. He has a website where he has audio demos of each pickup. He's a very good fingerstyle player. He does a lot of audio demos of each pickup. He's covered pretty much all of them on his website. So I encourage you to check that out, Doug Young. So because I started doing the video demos, I'm glad that we can talk pickups tomorrow. Perhaps we can get pretty, down and dirty about the acoustic guitar pickup world. That could be really cool. He's also a great musician, so I'll try and get him to play some things as well. Here we go. Legendary drive into a clean Fulton sounds great. Yes, it does, doesn't it? I absolutely love it. Chris, I know that's what we're using right now, my friend. Have you got it yet? Yeah, I've got to tell you, there were not many good, in my opinion, there were not many good distortion pedals. But this distortion pedal into a clean amp is exactly what I want. I mean, it might be a little bit bright. Again, I love the controls here. Bring the presence down, bring the drive down. It's pretty hot. That's really cool. That is really cool. And then I'll go back to the other one, which was the alpaca. That sounds a bit bright. I guess you're right. Let me try and... No, that's good. Alec Bourne. Yeah, I've got a question though. Maybe you guys can help me. I'm running out of DSP with these few blocks. I think what I'm using here is one of my chips in the Helix. How do I want to keep this for vocals only on the top. So if I bring the reverb down, I get a new path, right? Oh, I see. So is this a new chip here? And is this how I do it? Or do I need to run this out to something separate as well? Any ideas would be appreciated. Because if I try and add a thing here, look, I can't even add a distortion here anymore. That is actually gone completely. If I bring it down and put that to XLR, I still can't do it. Still can't do it. So how do I access that other DSP chip in the Helix? I don't know. I don't understand why I don't know that. Oh, Jamie, can you tell me the answer to that, please? Jamie has a legendary drive with the real Legacy 3. That's really cool. I look forward to seeing that. Let me go back to my screen. Yeah, so Jamie, I don't understand why I have this for my vocal up here while I'm talking through my mic, just a few blocks. And then on the guitar here, I've just got a few blocks. And I can't add any more. So how do I access that other chip in the Helix? Yeah, I just put it on the screen. I know it's a bit small. See, I'm not using that much. I feel like I'm only using one of the chips. So I'd love to know if you can help me with that. It'd be great. But anyway, those three sounds I think are really cool. Again, I should mute this when I do that, or it sounds funky. Pretty cool, pretty cool. 2A and 2B. Oh, okay. So I'm probably using chip 1 right now, which is all this. And then chip 2A and 2B are the second. So how do I do that? Or, do I do it from here? And then bring this one down? Hang on, I don't want to blur everything up. Hang on. Is that right? There we go. Look, you learn something new every day. I never have to do that because I usually just have two. I don't need that much DSP. But because I'm using the top line for the mic, I was then running out of stuff. So now, so if you use path 2A, that's the second chip, right, David? Okay. So is that right, what I've done? If I come here now, can I add another legendary drive? Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much. Look at that. I just learned something new. Really cool. Thank you, my friends. That's great. Thank you. Yeah. 1A and 1B are on one chip, 2A and 2B on the other chip. Yeah, that must be right. Yep. Thank you, guys. That's great. Yep. That's what I did. I didn't drag down from the top one before. So that's confusing because to get path 2A, you have to drag down from the top. You can't use the one on the bottom. Okay, anyway, that's how you do it. So thank you. Thank you. Now I can do some more stuff. Okay, so that's the new things. What else is new? I might as well cover them while I'm here. I think there's a new... Yeah, thank you, David. That's awesome. I love it. I love it when I learn new stuff as well. Let's see what else is new in here. Is that new? This one, this flanger? I think that's the one, unless I'm wrong. No, it's the Pebble Phaser, the EHX, this one. That's pretty cool. I like that. I'm not one to use phasers, but if I was to use a phaser, I'd probably use that. Okay, anything else? I think that's everything. Now, these you don't see the meters on the screen here, unfortunately. You do see them on the Helix, and you probably can't, this webcam's no good, you can't see them on there. But there are meters now, and you can see what's going on, which is cool. Yeah, Jamie, that sounds good. I like that. I like that quite a bit. Guitar into 1B. No, I think whatever I've got now is right because now I suddenly have a ton of DSP that I didn't have before, so that's cool. And I can't add another one, can I? Oh, I can. Good. But that's not adding the power of the other chip. That's just adding more blocks. Okay. Okay, cool. So, yeah, something that I noticed was that in the past I did these input level clipping video things because I had a problem with a really cool delay, which is the vintage digital. This is the problem that I had. Oh, this is new. Look, you seen this? Fancy new graphics. Very nice. So I had a problem because on mine that would clip. If I had things too layered before it, that would clip and sound horrible. And I've noticed that I don't think it does that anymore. I think for me, those meters were going to help me fix that problem, but I think that problem doesn't exist anymore, which makes sense because it was a weird problem to get every time. So and here's my thoughts. I've been looking at those meters today, and I tried to clip the meters and I can't. I think we'll realize that we didn't ever need input monitoring. I don't think it's very easy to clip a Helix. I think it's actually very difficult. I think there were some issues like with this delay pedal where you could clip it with the blocks before it. And I think they've just fixed that under the hood anyway, or just, maybe that's how the original pedal worked. I think they've changed it so it's more, so it won't clip. It makes more sense. But I think we're going to find out that we didn't need the levels because I think it's actually really hard to clip this unit, which is a good thing. But I think it will give people peace of mind to know that they're not clipping the levels. Does that make sense? I guess one good thing actually is with this vocal microphone, I could crank the gain to see where it's at. Because right now, it doesn't really matter though, does it? But right now, let me check. Testing 1, 2. So this mic, actually, this mic, yeah, it's at 50% volume. So I could crank the gain of the mic higher. And I had no way of knowing that before this update. Before this update, when I first set this mic up, I had to just guess. That was kind of annoying. So this vocal mic here, I had to guess when I plugged it in and just turned the gain up to like 30. I had no idea how hot it was. Now I could actually set the vocal mic to clip and then back off and get the best gain for the mic. I think this is going to be great for microphones and those things. I don't think guitarists really ever had a problem. I think that was just a possibility we had a problem, and we'll realize, but there was never a problem in the first place. So I don't know. That's just something that I'm thinking right now. My feed cut out for a while. Did my feed cut out for anybody else or only David? Please let me know as I'm still getting used to this software. But yeah, I have to say, there's not a ton of effects in here that are new, but the ones that are in here I do find extremely useful. And I like that this vintage digital delay is working. Alec raises a very good point. If you're using analog drives going in, you could clip the input. That's a great point. I hadn't thought of that. Thank you, my friend. So if you had this plugged in, okay, cool. If this was plugged in and you had it cranked to maximum, you might clip the input. That's a good point. I still think even with this at maximum, it would be very hard to clip the input. But why not have them? I'm glad they're there. And you don't actually see them unless you're on the output block. If you're on the input block, if you're on another block, you see the input one go green or red. That's it. So it's very, you know that there's signal going in if it's green or red. If you go to the output block, then you know if it's clipping and you can see the whole line. Very cool. Yeah, I changed my settings of my camera to 60 frames a second, so it does use more power, more DSP. I'm also streaming to Facebook and to YouTube. I just ordered the cable actually to get rid of the Wi-Fi connection. The Wi-Fi here is really good, but I want to use a cable instead. So yeah, so is there anything else I've forgotten to cover? You see this? Did you have that? This thing used to clip. It doesn't clip anymore. Fine. Doesn't clip. So that's cool. I love that delay. So I'm glad it doesn't do that. That's the vintage digital delay. Okay. So one thing I want to say is you can now change all the things. So like the snapshots. I'm not using snapshot 4, so you can get rid of that. I believe. I'm going to try it right now. As I roll over my cable. Let me see. So I go to Command Center. I'm away from the mic. So let me bring it over here. I'm over at Command Center now. And I'm going to see if I can get rid of snapshot 4. So I don't really know what I'm doing, but that's foot switch number 4. Or 10, sorry. So I'm going to regret doing this. Oh, HX snapshot. Okay. Oh, okay. So I can set that button to snapshot 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, or to the ones I've labeled, dirt, crunch, or clean. Previous or next. So you can set it to next snapshot. You can't do it yet on the HX Stomp because it doesn't have Command Center yet. Apparently, they're going to have it. They're going to get it eventually, I think. So I could change that to next. Let me see. Ah, okay. Now that's not the top level. Well, that's not snapshot view mode. That still says snapshot 4. If you press mode and go into your individual pedals, then you can have it. Okay. So, oh, that's brilliant. That's really great. I'll tell you why. Oh, this is fantastic. This is really good. I was using the top level with the 2 bank controls and then 4, the 4 effects and the 4 snapshots with the mode and the tap. So what I can do now is instead of using that, I can go into mode. I lose the bank buttons, which I don't need. So I've now gained 2 buttons, which is awesome. And I can just put on here the buttons that I need. So I can just have clean, crunch, heavy, and that's it. I'm going to have 3 more buttons available. That is really, really awesome. I had no idea. Now what I can also do in Command Center is I can go to, oh, that's really great. That is very cool. I'm so glad. I wish that was there from the start, but I'm so glad it's there now. Let me go to Command Center again. This is another cool thing that I can do. I can have the looper on button, let me see. I'll move over to button 7. If you go all the way to the end that says HX looper, I can set that to press release or press and hold. If I press and release it, what will happen is, oh, this is great. It will record, okay? That will record, and the record icon is there. Now, if I go over to the next button, which is foot switch 8, and do the same thing, set it to the looper, I can set press or release. So press the button, it will now play, and releases none. So I've got record and play. Now, I don't know if this is going to work, but I've just had an idea. Oh no, I'd like to, on the press and hold, I'd like to set that to stop. You can't, I don't think you can do that. I might be wrong. Because I'd like it to be like a traditional TC, well, traditional. I'd like it to be like a TC Helicon pedal, where you can have 2 buttons. One is record and overdub, and one is stop or play, and if you hold it down, it deletes. I want a true 2-button looper. I don't know if I can do that with this, but I can have record and play, and I can have stop on yet another button. I'd like it to be if I press and hold, then it, yeah, I'd like the press release to be stop and the press and hold to be stop. No, sorry, okay, press release to be play, and press and hold is stop. Aha, I think I have it. Let me see. Let me try this. So this is my record and play. Press and hold. Yes. Thank you. That's a very good 2-button looper. That works how I want it to. So I can record on the far left button. I just got record. Press it again. Oh no, that doesn't work. Record. Hang on. Oh no, I want to change that to something else. Wait, that's not right. That's record. I want it to be record overdub. That's it. Okay. Okay, try again. Try again. I pressed the same button. I got overdub. Now I'm overdubbing. No? That's overdub. Okay. Okay. Or I could record and then press play. Play. And then play over it. Now, oh, it was a bad loop. But the thing now is I can press and hold it and it stops and I can record something else, right? I'm confusing myself. I think that's right. Stop. I'm just going to try it one more time. What I'm trying to do here is just get a 2-button looper. Hold down and delete. Does that work? It kind of works. I don't know. I have to play with it on the floor like a real looper, but yeah, I mean, it works. It works. The other thing I could do is I could have 3 buttons. I could have record, play, and stop. That might be better. Or I could just have record and another button that goes into the looper. So I always have an instant record button, but if I press a button, I go into all the other controls. That's probably how I'm going to use it. Just have a record button there at all times, and then have a, I'm going to set that up right now, command center. I'm going to have record only. So it only records on that button, so I can always record at any time during the gig. And then the next button I'm going to have go to none. I'll put it back to none. I'm going to have that go to the actual looper, so I can really go to town with that. I'll assign that here. Okay, so now I've got record at any time. And if I go into the looper, oh no, I did a one switch looper, that's the problem. I need to do a 6 button. Bear with me, this will all be worth it in a second. Okay, record anytime. No, it doesn't work, unfortunately. Oh, that's a drag. I either want to have a 2-button looper with just 2 buttons like a TC Helicon, or I want a record button and then to go into the looper, but it doesn't seem to work like that. So I can't do that. I'm not really sure if it's worth doing it then. I'm not sure if it's worth just not doing it the other way. Oh, I just had an idea. Bear with me, I'll be done with this soon. I don't want to bore everyone to tears, but I could try a 1-button looper. And I could try having that on the left and have a stop button on the right. Yeah, let me try that. I think that's going to do what I want it to do. So, command center. The bottom left is the looper. The next one to the right is going to be HX looper. Stop. Okay. Let me try that. If not, I'm going to give up. Yeah, okay, that does it. So 1-button looper and a stop button, because the one thing that the 1-button looper is missing is a stop button. So there you go. Okay, so now I have a 2-button looper. And then I can have next to that, if I go back to command center again, just the 2 snapshots that I want. So that's really cool. So I go over to that button 3 now, and I'll set that to snapshot. Yep, and I'll set that to clean. There we go. So I got clean. And on the next one, I'll do the same thing, snapshot, and I'll set it to crunch. There we go. Now I'll come back and I'll tell you what I've done, because you can't really see what I'm doing. Or maybe you can. Oh no, I was on the wrong view. I apologize. Let me go back to this. All right, what I've done here, if you look at the screen, this is the 1-button looper. So this will do most things. This will record and overdub, and if you double tap quickly, it will stop, which is annoying. So to fix that, I've made this the stop button. So you've got a 1-button looper and you've got a stop button. So it's now a 2-button basic looper, which is all I ever use. Great. Then I've got clean snapshot, crunch snapshot, and I will have heavy snapshot. And then I've got all the buttons along the top to do my other things. So they can be other things. So I never use that view where it has the bank up and down. So I don't need to use that anymore. I could have that with the snapshots on it and then come to this mode and not have snapshots. But an option now is to just have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 buttons, whether they're snapshots or stomps on the top of a Helix floor. I think that could be a nice way to use it. And if you want that 2-button looper, it's always here. So 2-button looper, 3 snapshots, and then effects along the top. I don't know. I might like it, or I might go back to the way it was before. All right, let me see if I missed all your comments. Okay. Analog, yeah, analog pedals could be. Yeah, I'm not disappointed with these levels. It's a good thing. Let me see what my level's at right now. So it doesn't tell you unless you go to the output block. So I'm only actually at 50%. So I might be too quiet. This might have another reason, another use. You might realize your patches are too quiet. Now don't try and match your patches levels with this thing. You can't get them all set to 50% and think they'll all be level. That won't happen. You still have to do it by ear. That's why they've called it the update name they've used. But my patches might be too quiet now because this is actually, that's like 40%. That's really interesting. Silly question. Can you add effects to the mic output? Yes, you can. Look, here's a reverb. Reverb. We could put this. Look, check this out. Check this out. Hello. Hello. My name's Aaron Short. Welcome. Hello. 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 Yes, you could put distortion. You can put delay, reverb, echoes, looper. You could put the looper on your voice. You can do all that stuff. That's the thing with the Helix. It's not just for guitars. It's a really good all-rounder. You could actually plug a bassist and a guitarist into this thing and use it for 2 instruments at once. Of course, you'll start running out of blocks, but you can do that if you need to. It's a nice thing. Yeah, I think my sound cut out briefly. Hopefully it's okay. I'm going to try mine with the Sim 1. That can crack. Yeah, do. Someone tell me if you're able to clip the input of the... Let's move this microphone. Let me know if you're able to clip these inputs. I haven't done it yet. I've tried to do it and I can't make it go red. So that's a really good testament to the DSP inside the Helix. But like I said, I think it's more of a peace of mind thing. Or maybe my presets are all too quiet. I don't know. All right, okay, we're going to finish with the dynamic split because I want Alec to see my reaction. Tiny Timmy. You can use a dynamic splitter almost like an extra snapshot. Ideal on the HX stomp. Right. So the stomp, you could have a clean if you play gentle and a drive if you play hard. Yeah, that could be cool. I'm new to using Helix Native, still exploring the default presets. I've downloaded some other patches. But it seems you have to manually associate the same bank with the same IR bank. Any thoughts? Oh, that was weird. What did I just do there? I just hit a key command that turned something on. Oh, there we go. I turned on all my effects. Let me go back to your question. I got so many windows open here. Okay, here we go. Still new to using Helix Native. Still exploring the default presets. I've downloaded some other patches, but it seems that you have to manually associate the same bank with the same IR. Yeah, so if you download a patch with an IR, you have to associate the IR in the right. You have to link it in the right place. One thing with this new update is you don't have to do that. It will remember where it was, which is a nice thing. I'm using the instance inside Logic Pro. Yeah, I've got Logic 2. I got Logic 2. Seems to have a lot less signal gain than the THU. I tried the THU. I didn't like it. I don't know. Everyone's raving about it. It didn't do anything for me. Gain slider is nice in HX Native. Yeah, native is cool. Now here's a tip. If you go into native and settings, you can actually say no DSP limit. Because one great thing with the Kemper is you can have four, and David knows this, you can have 5 amps, 5 completely different amps and seamlessly switch between them with no lag at all. On the Helix, you can have maybe 3, but you'll start to eat up your DSP, and you can use snapshots, but you can't have like 5 different amps all at once. There's simply not enough DSP. Now with Helix Native, you can remove that restriction, and you can have as many amps as your processor will handle. That's a really cool thing. For recording, that thing is really great. I've used it on all my recordings. Again, that's just the guitar straight through. Sometimes I plug in my guitar like this and I'm thinking, hey, that sounds pretty good. And it's just the guitar straight through the amp, through the modeler. There you go. Oh, I didn't try the rev, did I? I'm going to try the rev. And I'll tell you what, Alec, you can help me. You can help me here. I'm going to do that compressor, and I'm going to do the rev on it. Okay, so help me do this, my friend. I don't know what I'm doing. Let me put the Fullerton up the top there. Okay, I can't just copy and paste that. Why not? Oh no, I've got this problem again. Where's all my DSP gone? Oh wait, I know what I did earlier when all that noise came out. I think I might have reset. Did I reset my No, I didn't. Huh? I'm so confused here. What's going on? I want to put an amp here. Amp and cap. Why have I got no amp and cabs anymore? What have I done? Am I losing it again? I need help. I need help from you guys again. So this is one problem that you will not have. When does 2.9 come out? This has been out since this morning. This is a problem you don't have with native because you never have to worry about running out of DSP. Weird then give you the 1 or 6 button looper. They should just do, yeah, I agree. I would rather just have a 2-button looper, but you can kind of make one now. But I'd rather just have. I just want everyone to copy TC Helicon's looper because it's great. Just a 2-button looper. Today, yeah, it just came out. I'm still finding my way. Works with HX Stump, yes, it does. All the products are supported with it. Voice went. Hey, Chad, what's up? Wolverine, thanks for your rock, Chad Boston. Yes, he does. Awesome. Hey, Chad, can you help me, my friend? Why can I not add? So this is path 1 with the microphone. Let me come back. Oh, you can't see it right now. Let me change view. Chad, look, check this out. This is path 1 for my microphone with the noise gate, right? This next one is the guitar in 2A. Oh, thank you, Chad. I really appreciate it. But if you can help me with this problem, I'll be very happy. This is 2A right here, okay? It says 2A. And I've just got 3 distortions and a delay down to a reverb, mod, and looper. Now, if I come here, I want to add an amplifier. Oh, I think I know what the problem is. They're all grayed out. Actually, I guess I have to add it down here, right? This should work. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So this 2-chip thing keeps confusing me. I thought that 2A, I thought this was 1 chip up the top and this was 1 chip at the bottom, but I don't know. I think this might confuse some people and they think they're running out of DSP when they're really not. So let me know what you think about that. It keeps tripping me up. It's simply because I'm using the mic input here. Normally I don't do that, so I have the 3 rows. Okay, Chad says path A1 and A2 is 1 chip. Right. Huh? So 1A and 2A. Is that what you mean? Okay, so basically this second line here, this one should support another amp. Let me see if I can do it. I'm going to do a clean amp here. I'll just do the double norm so it's clean. Okay, check this out. I want to try the new compressor thing. Okay, now, so can I add another amp on another path, or is that going to be too much to ask for? Yeah. Okay, so how can I add the Rev Gen purple on this one? Or can I not do that, Chad? Let me try this one here. Yeah. I guess the amp uses a lot of DSP. I guess I need to have an amp up here, but of course I'm using this for something else. Or am I losing my mind? Did I hit the wrong button earlier? Let me just, oh no, that's right. Like that. So how do I get another line here? I can't. Oh, that's my 4. That's my 4 paths, right? That's the most I can have. So I can't have 2 amps. Is that right? I am, David. It's right there. Can you not see my HX edit? Okay. Well, I can do it. I can do it for you, Alec, because what I can do is delete all these. I just didn't want to have to do that. So I'll get rid of everything that I'm not using. I mean, the looper uses a lot as well. Can you see my screen? It's on there. It's just a lag. Yeah, I pressed the button earlier. Something happened. I think that's when I lost 1A. So what path is this then? I thought this is 1A at the top here. Because what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make one. Let me see. And this one. And I'm going to put these into that new effect where you can play at different velocities. This should be able to change to something else, right? Yes, thank goodness for that. Yeah, I do wish there was unlimited DSP, but of course that would be asking for a lot. The new amp is the Rev Gen Purple. Okay, so. See, okay, cool. All right, cool. So. This is a clean amp, and this is a heavy amp, and what I want to do is I want to use that new compressor thingamajigamy to affect what's what. So, Alec Bourne, how do I do that? No, let me figure out. Rochester, this is the one. Okay, so when the, wow, I'm gonna really regret doing this. Is this the right one? Yeah, it is, right? Alec, how do you do this? I've got absolutely no idea what I'm doing. Whoa, let me turn that down. I can't see myself using this, but I want to just try it out. Okay. You just get everything closer in volume. Okay, so that is this one, and then this is, actually they're both on right now, aren't they? Turn that one off. Okay. And then this one. Let's turn it down. Okay, so what Alec is saying is that I can play softly with this compressor on. Oh, David says I'm wrong. He says I'm using one chip again. Ah, yes. I did this, didn't I? Okay, give me a second then. David's a genius. Yeah, something happened before. I hit a key command for my streaming software, and it changed something on HX Edit, and I think that's what happened. I think it like reloaded the previous instance or something. So this is better, right? So now I should have, this is just the mic at the top, and then this one can probably have an amp and cab again, right? Yeah. Thank you, David. David won a prize. Good job, my friend. So, Alec Bourne, over to you. How do I do this? I got a clean amp here, which sounds like this. Sounds nice. I'll put a reverb at the end because it's way too dry. Oh no, 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 no. Now I run out of DSP again. That's such a drag. Why can't I have a reverb now? Or maybe it was right before. I don't know. Let me try it the other way again. I've just run out. I think these Rev amps just use a lot of DSP. So anyway, let's just try this thing here. Because normally you're not going to have the mic in there. You're going to have everything just for your guitar. And then it won't be such an issue. Also in HX on the native, you can assign all your computers DSP and use anything you want, which is cool if you have a powerful computer. Okay, so anyway, Rochester Stomp. I think there's a way to do this. So this will basically, if you play softly, it will send it to one amp. And if you play hard, it will send it to the other amp. So my question for Alec is, have you done this before? And can you tell me how to do it, please? Because right now they're all the same. Actually, I might have to just give up on this, Alec, because I don't know what I'm doing with this. And I'll be sitting here trying to figure it out for hours when I could just make a video on it later on. But if you know how to do it, Alec, let me know and I'll try it now. If you can tell me the settings, I'll do it now. If not, I'll wait. So the idea is, I tell you what, I'll do you a fake demo, right? The idea is that when you play softly, you get this sound. And when you dig in and play hard, it will route it through to the other sound. Okay? So if you're okay with doing that, if you're okay with playing in that fashion, then you're able to have two sounds. So for an HX Stomp, that would be great because you could play your rhythm soft and then you could play hard for your aggressive stuff. Like I guess you would often do that. You know, you play the clean stuff softer, the heavy stuff harder, and it will change the sound accordingly. Could be great. You know, I'm not really that adventurous. What I really want, what my ideal situation would be, is for every block to have 3-band EQ or 4-band EQ, treble, middle, bass, and presence, have 3 amps, 1 amp for clean, 1 amp for drive, 1 amp for heavy, and switch between them and never run out of DSP. Now I know that's a huge ask because you'd have to have so much processing power in a pedal to do that. I think the Axe does that, right? You can have 4 different amps at once, but that thing's $3,000. So this is the problem. Although the Helix is a professional device, to keep the price of it down, you have to do these things. Also, it's an older unit. I'm sure there's a new one coming. Maybe the new one will have more DSP. I don't really need 4 amps, but if I could have 3 amps, I'd be very happy. If I could have 3 amps, any effects that I want, I'd be very happy. So yes, there's limitations, and yes, the new effects do seem to eat more DSP than the old ones, but you just got to be clever with how you use it. Hey David, do you think I'm using it right now? I think. Oh, okay. You're saying this path is another path, right? You're saying this one. Let me try one more time. You're saying this one here on the guitar. You're saying that this would go, oh, maybe I'm going crazy here. Are you saying that this is the case? Are you saying... Oh, hang on. You can't see it again. Are you saying that the mic is on its own, and then the guitar on its own, going to path 2A and B? Is that right? Is that right? No, that's not right, is it? Path 2A. And then this one. No. I guess that could go to 2B. And then this could be something else. Again, this could be the auxiliary input. Does that help in any way? I don't know. Totally guessing here. Hey, I can test it. Let's see. Oh, now I lost that one. I'm kind of embarrassed I don't know how to do this. I just never have to because I always do the, I never have a vocal mic in here like this, so I never run out of DSP. I'm never trying to run this many things at once either. Let me try that. So I guess that's working now, right? It's running this one. Yeah. And can I run a reverb here? No, I've run out again. Oh, I'm giving up on that. I don't know what I'm doing with that. I don't know why that's so difficult, but like I said, normally I don't run the mic into this one and I have path 1 up here. So I guess I could try and run that on a different one. Anyway, it doesn't matter. What are my thoughts on the effects? I think the new overdrive, the Red Llama overdrive is awesome. I think that's right up my alley, Alpaca Rouge. And I did try these earlier with the real amp as well. That's the other thing. I normally play through a real amp now, so I don't run out of DSP because I'm just using it for effects. But the Alpaca is really nice for a crunchy sound, a very percussive, tight sound. The new Legendary drive is awesome for thrashy, punky stuff. I like that a lot. And that's about it. I like those two. I like the fact they're getting more flexible. I like that I can rearrange the screen and everything, but it's still not quite there. I'm a bit like David. I'm like, well, can't I just have a 2-button looper? And can't I just have, but it's a step in the right direction. It's much more flexible than before. And I think the more flexible something becomes, the better. I ultimately just want a big screen where I can just have everything where I want it. I know some people that would like to be able to move the tap button. They want the tap button on the left side because they say they're left-footed. And that's fair enough. Like, why can't the tap button be on the left side? Why can't I remove the tap button? Why can't I put the tap button on an external foot switch and turn it off and use it for something else? So I would like to see it get even more customizable. But, it's very easy to sit here and say how things should work for me when other people might say it's not how they want it to work. And this also could be a restriction in the DSP. There may simply not be enough DSP to do all these things, or the architecture may not support it. So I totally get that. But looking ahead, I would love to see more DSP, more flexibility, basically who wouldn't say that, right? I want more DSP, more flexibility, more versatility. That's all we'll ever want from any product, to be fair. I feel rude saying that. But yeah, I'm really happy with it. I think this is all a step in the right direction. Easy to update, more sounds that were not there before, which are useful to me. I'm happy about that. More versatility and flexibility with the buttons is a great thing. I'm sure I'm missing something as well, but anything like that is a great step. One more step closer to 3.0. 3.0 should have the pitch stuff, which could be really incredible. And also, I'm sure they'll have new stuff with that too, because by definition, 3.0 should have new stuff, right? So I think it's a very good day. I think we got a nice free gift with some great updates, and 3.0 is closer than it was. But don't start asking them for it. It's kind of rude. But it's closer than it was, which is a good thing. And to be completely honest with you, I'm kind of looking forward to the next Helix because there are some things I'd like to see. I'd like to see more looping options. I'd like to see more DSP. If I've done something wrong with DSP here, please reach out and tell me. But I'd like 3-4 different amps, more looping, more stuff at once, ability to run 3 instruments through it at once. Of course I would. Who wouldn't want that? But I also understand that companies have to make products to make money and are restricted by those things. You can't just make one product for one person and put the latest and greatest in it. If it's $4,000, you're going to sell one of them, right? You have to find the middle ground. I totally get that. Totally get that. Okay, so let me just check the chat here. Unless I have any questions or things you want me to look at, I shall let you go and download this and play with it yourself, because I'm sure you're probably doing that while you're watching anyway, which is fine. Hey Jared, I've had that thing again where I lost my chat again. Very annoying on this software. I don't know if Chad Boston's had that too. I'm going to just try something. I'm going to try the Restream chat option. See if it's in there. I need to test this. Yeah, someone send me a message, please. Yeah, when I stream to Facebook and YouTube, I have messages come up on the screen. It seems to me that about an hour through my feed, I lose the messages on the software. But I do have a third-party application to do that with, which is called the Restream Chat app for the web. So what I want to do is just see if the message comes up there. So can someone just send a message for me? Can someone just send a message right now? You can say anything, just a test message. Because having this window up on the screen essentially does the same as I was. I can't bring the comments into the chat, unfortunately, but at least I can see them all in one place. Otherwise, I have to load it up on my phone, which is a drag. I just want to report this to the guys that make the software because it's kind of annoying. You're doing a live stream and you think that you think everyone's gone. Oh, there we go. Test. Thank you. Oh, good. How did you get the DSLR working? What did you do? Is it all in sync now? Does it work with everything? That's really good news. Hi, Wolverine. Catch you on replay. Yeah, don't worry. It got a bit rambly in there. I probably shouldn't even leave this one up. It was a total. This was a total first impressions of 2.9. What happened with there in the middle? Well, I can't figure out the DSP thing, and I'm trying to assign everything in Command Center was getting a bit fiddly, but it's doable, and I got there now. Yeah, Alec, I see them now. Thank you. I see it all. It's great. So yeah, I like it. I kind of wish there was even more stuff in there, but again, I'm very rude to say that because it's all free. It's all good stuff. So let me know what you think. I would love to investigate more. I don't think I need to cover much more on this update, but I'd love to know what you think of the update, what sounds are working for you, what sounds are not working for you, anything that you find really new and useful for the way you do things. Let me know in the comments once you've had the chance to play with it. Let me know what you think your favorite feature is, or if there's anything new. Sometimes you get new stuff and you play it and then you go back to the old stuff, right? I'd like to know if there's anything in here you're actually going to use all the time. But I think it's good. I'm quite impressed. I messed up all of my I messed up all the sounds I sat and programmed. Now I'm annoyed. Can I undo all this and go back to where I was? I'm going to try it. Ready? Here we go. I'll just turn the mic off. Let me try this. Oh, no, I can't. Here we go. I think it's going to work. So the undo button on this thing, is great. It's cutting out because I'm undoing. Hang on. Let me keep going. No? I don't know if it has unlimited undos or if it's got a certain amount of undos, but I can't go back to what I had before. No, that's weird. I don't know. I can't just undo and undo and undo. I guess there's like a limitation of say 10 undos or something. All right, before I go, I want to just try the RevGen purple because I didn't try it yet. Let me bring it up here. I want to see what it sounds like on a Strat. Where is it? Here we go, purple. It's so bright. Oh, need to tame that a bit. Let me bring the treble and presence down. Bring the drive up. Let's see. Getting there. Let me do a high cut. Bring that down to 5. Still very bright, isn't it? Let me try bringing the treble down even more. That's better. Now I'm going to try Jared's trick. I'm going to throw the drive pedal on there. Screen 808. Again, I love this thing. Gain to 0, level to maximum, brightness to 4. I'll bring the treble down a bit on my guitar and I'll mute the microphone. It's getting there. I mean, it's a very good modern sounding amp, but I think I actually prefer the new what's it called? I think I prefer the new distortion pedal over the sound of this amp. I don't know. I'd have to try it some more, but I'm going to try something. I'm going to try bringing that high cut right down. That's way too much reverb. Hang on. Let me try and do a really deep high cut and see what happens. I just want to test it. Yeah, so that's like a 3.5 high cut. Let's try that one. Yeah, I guess if you like that sound, it's okay. I really like the Legacy drive. I want Jared to try the Legacy drive. I think he's going to like it because I like that a lot. The Legacy drive into the clean amp and the new overdrive into the clean amp, they worked really well for me. I think they're my favorites. I think these rev amps are nice if that's your thing, but I wouldn't ever see myself playing a rev amp, so I don't know why I bother doing that. I like the Fender amps and then use those two drive pedals. I think they sound great. I think they sound really good. They are at the start of the video, if you want to see those ones. All right, let me just go through the chat to finish up. Nice seeing you all tonight. Hello, I see you're playing a Strat. I have a question. I pushed down the pole pieces on my Texas Special because it was making a tremolo effect noise. Yeah, so what happens is if you raise these pickups too high, they're magnets, right? So the magnet pulls on the string. And you can get that roll. That's the technical term. You can get that wavy sound. So you need to lower the pickups. The pickups it's very difficult because you've got to get them to be just the right height. It mustn't be too low, but they mustn't be too high. In fact, the worst thing you can do is have them too high because the string and the pickup interfere with each other. So just try lowering the pickups slightly. And if you've got any doubt, then have someone do it for you because you do want the pickups to all be the correct height in relation to each other. Now I'm trying to get a Texas Blues tone, but I can't. Do you think that was the problem? No. What are you playing through? I think it's more. I think the amp and the pedal you use for Texas Blues is the most important thing. But I think you need to make sure the guitar is set up correctly to begin with, and then look at the amp and the pedals. Oh, don't forget tomorrow interview with Doug Young. Really cool. All things acoustic. He's a bit of an acoustic pickup nerd like me, so we're going to have fun talking about pickups tomorrow. Gotta move, you'll have a fun party and stay safe. Thank you, Poo Ninja, you too. Awesome. Take care, Poo. I think that's what TC means. Oh, Jim says, roll back your guitar volume to 8 and the bridge down to 6 or 7. Is that in response to the Texas Blues sound? Or are you talking to me? Because I do think with these amps, with this pickup, I need to really bring the tone down. But I think you're talking about the Texas sound, right? Actually, that's pretty good. I like that. But like I said, I have done a high cut to 3.5, which I sometimes do on these stock amps. I don't know. Without that, look. I mean, it's okay if you want that sound, but I find it much more usable when I really cut the high end off. think that's the microphone you're hearing. Yeah, if just give that a try. Actually, I want to know what you guys think. Try cutting your high cuts down to 3.5 kilohertz. Sometimes I think it's a good thing. Anyway, thank you. I must go. I've been on for a long time again, but that was fun. I'm impressed. I like it. If you've got a Helix, go download it. Try it out. Let me know what you think. I definitely think it's anything free is good, right? And I think there's some things here I will use. As a disclaimer, I did try these new drive pedals in front of the real amp earlier, and I thought they sounded really good, right up my alley. So I'm excited to try them some more. Alex says, try. Oh, let me go back to the screen. Okay, good. The comments are still coming through. Try putting dynamic splitter on the acoustic preset. Stick something like a pitch vibrato and delay on the lower line and a regular compressor on the top. You'll see the vibrato kick. Yeah, I will try that. Like I said, I'm not one to get that adventurous with effects, but I'm going to try that. James says, hey everyone, just updating right now. Excited. Yes, yep, very good. Jim says, just in general, it fattens things up with a bit less of the gain. And Alex says, to set it, simply click on the split and you can regulate sensibility with threshold. I won't do it right now, Alec. I'll look into it. I don't want to bore people while I'm trying to figure that out. But I will try. I will give it a go. And if I get some cool sounds, I'll upload my own videos on it. Okay? All right, everyone. Thank you for joining me. The time just flew by. It's been an hour and a half. So thanks for sticking around. Thanks for trying it out with me. Have fun tonight playing around with this new update. Let me know what you like about it. Please join me tomorrow with Doug Young. Look him up online. He's a great acoustic guitarist. He's really into acoustic amplification. So we're going to have a really in-depth talk about that tomorrow. Very excited for that. Please, thank you for the super chats. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Please stay well. Yeah, Alec, I will. I'll try it out. I've already started figuring out a few things. So I definitely want to sort that out. I definitely want to also figure out how to maximize my DSP. That's something I'm going to look into for the future. Thanks, Jason. Yep. Yeah, please see you tomorrow. I'm really happy for tomorrow. Doug Young. Look him up. Check out his playing. It's really great. And we'll chat tomorrow. So until then, be well, my friends. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. I really do appreciate it every time. It means a lot to me. Enjoy this update. And if I do find some really cool features with it, I'll make a separate video, a pre-recorded video. Today, I just wanted to hang out and celebrate the freebies. All right. So be well. Take care. And I'll see you tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, New York time. Bye-bye.